Hey, what's up? It's your host James, back with iJustThinkDifferentPodcast. I'm your host, James. Yo, how y'all been out there, man? I've been cool. Look, a lot went on yesterday. We gonna get into how that lines up with the topic today, man. Lines up with the topic of wrath. Because it's the 6th of the 7 deadly sins. You know we over here talking about, breaking them down. We got one more week left. This week's a sloth. But right now, we gonna talk about beware of the wrath, man. Right here over on I Just Think Different Podcast, man. That's right. I'm your host, James. I appreciate everybody for coming out, tuning in, listening, viewing from wherever you at across the globe. I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world. But you tuned in to James to watch the I Just Think Different Podcast. And I appreciate you. Alright. So, let's get into this show. We've been talking about the 7 deadly sins, right? About wrath is the 6th deadly sin of the 7. Now, just last week was talking about that. We're talking about that gluttony. Just so much food. We eating. We eating because we feeling the way, man. We feeling the way about ourselves. So we eating a meal up. And we just get so big and we just get fat. And that's the reality of the situation because that's what gluttony is. I didn't make that word up. That's just the definition. And that's what we fall under when you fall under just eating too much. And you fall under drinking too much because that's gluttony too. But when you think about it, you know, when you look at the, 7 deadly sins all the way around, how I started with pride, you can see how pride will set up the whole thing because your pride is really what runs you, right? If you let your pride go, you can fly like an eagle, but your pride will stop you from being, being received at a high level with those blessings, meaning your pride will stop your blessings. All right. Now, how do you get rid of your pride? Well, humbling yourself, man. Humbling yourself will eliminate that situation. You don't have to worry about humbling yourself. Why do you need to humble yourself? Well, you need to humble yourself because, check it out, it's the appropriate thing to do. Yeah, believe it or not. Why is it the appropriate thing to do? It's the appropriate thing to do because humbling yourself doesn't bring you immediate trauma, right? Humbling yourselves allows doors to be open for you. Humbling yourselves allows, the positive energy to flow, the way that it should. Now, when you don't and you let pride get in the way, pride is what get a lot of people messed up. Then it took a lot of lives from being pride. But let's say pride is making you feel like the big dog, like you are, man. You feeling like the big dog. And now you got on to greed. Greed is the second deadly sin. All right. So now we don't from pride to greed. And now while we greed, we sitting here, we balling now. Because, I already told you that you can't tell me nothing. Man, what can you tell me? I'm the guy. I'm the man. I'm it all. Like, you ain't got nothing for me. I'm not listening to nothing. you know. So I don't know what to tell you. And then I got the bread, I got the bag, I got the money. I'm taking everything. I'm ruling the kingdoms. I'm ruling you. I'm ruling this. I'm ruling that. I'm that guy. You know, that's what I'm doing because I'm greedy. I'm taking over everything. I want to conquer everything. And now while I'm conquering everything and I got the bag, you know why? What happens when I start getting the bag? All this lust start coming into play. So now all these different type of women are popping up now, man. Oh, man, women here, women there. Oh, man, I'm diving into lust. We getting it popping and doing all type of things we shouldn't be doing. Oh, man, just they can't stop. And now I'm like, you know what, man, since that's going on, I don't like how my man doing the same thing that I'm doing. Matter of fact, it seems like my man is getting more than what I'm getting. So now I'm envious. Now I'm wondering, how is this dude how they getting it, man? I don't understand. And then all of a sudden, you know, people start talking down on me with the envy, right? They start looking, you hear the gossip, you hear the whispers, and now all of a sudden, it's bothering me bad, man. I'm starting to hit a plateau. I'm starting to hit a little bit of a feeling a type of way, man. And while I'm feeling that type of way, I start eating. I'm eating a lot. I can't tell. I don't know what's going on. I'm just eating, and I'm drinking a lot too, man. I'm drinking a lot. Give me a second. I'm drinking a lot. Drinking a lot of alcohol, drowning myself in alcohol. Man, waking up to the bottle. Got to get the bottle, another fifth, another wine bottle, whatever it is, another beer can, 16-pack, 20-pack, 5-pack, whatever pack I can get. Boom, boom, boom. Drinking, eating, tearing my body and my insides up. And then I get pissed. I'm tired of it. I get so pissed and I'm angry. And it's the wrath. And that's where we at now. We at wrath. So, yeah, wrath, as you can see, displayed yesterday at the Oscar award, man, from Will Smith, man, you know, slapping Chris Rock. You know, that was a sign of wrath because in one form, you know, Will is tired, looks tired of, you know, what's going on, rumble and chatter. I'm tired of it. I'm fed up. It's a man fed up. And, you know, somebody's going to catch it. Boom. Then on the other side is like a job happening. I'm just doing my job, but boom, I didn't know what's whoop. So boom, so let me run all that back. There you got a situation of what should have been done. You know, everybody wants to speak on what should have been done. But in that situation, you know, anger and wrath got the best of Will in that situation. And as Will explained later on, you know, he was a bit remorseful for that, and then, you know, was apologetic in a sense towards the situation. You know, acknowledged that he made a wrong and said, you know, moving. You know, he's here because God placed him here for a reason to protect and do things. So like he's giving it real at the same time as stepping out like, whoa. I got to go defend the home. Oh, man. So wait a minute. So, okay, that's cool. You got to do that. You got to do that at all costs. But at the same time, now as human beings, we got to move forward. Let me tell you how I move. I don't like the move of the smack. I don't like the move of a smack. Why I don't like the move of a smack? First of all, because when we got a problem, this problem has to be discussed. And maybe I should even apologize for even giving kind of weird energy last week for giving people stuff like, you know what I'm saying? That's not me, but that's just an example of how things be out there in the world. The world is out there like that, and the world don't care. I'm not like that, but, you know, I can't speak for others that, you know, may be around, you know. So I never leave with that energy. I'm always, you know, trying to talk and want to talk about situations. I want to talk about whatever we can talk about because it's always for me, feeling like it's always a situation that could be talked about, because in no situation I don't feel that there's a reason why I, as a human being, should be able to play God and take someone's life away, right? That's me. That's what I'm saying. Me. That's how I feel. So I'll never play God and try to take your life away. But there may be some straightening that may need to be involved, which is, what should have been done in the situation, right? Now, most people, and that happens, is probably going to be a fight in that scenario, right? You know what? I'm going to check you out line, and boom. What I'm saying is, from a human's perspective, it ain't right to hit no man. No woman should hit a woman. No man should hit a man. No man should hit a woman. No woman should hit a man. So nobody should be hitting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Period. However, I understand when people get hit, and I'm not going to try to justify people from what they do, but I can see how a person got hit, because normally people just don't get hit randomly. They usually get hit because they said something or they did something, which tells me there was an action involved. So therefore, if you're watching your actions and aware of your actions, you shouldn't really worry about getting hit. But the world happens. So, random things happen. So somebody might come through and might just randomly slap you. And what do? Well, you can turn the other cheek. You can turn the other cheek and go away, and you turn the other cheek. And as you turn the other cheek, great things will happen, you'll see. Because let me tell you the power in turning the other cheek. It don't sound good, but let me show you the aftermath of it. The aftermath of it is when you really put things in God's hands, not man's hands, because these man's hands, these my hands. I'm putting them in my hands. We can fight it out. If we fight it out, and then I win, and then you may want to get me again. We fight it out, I lose, and then you still may want to get me again anyway. Just every time you see me from this day forward, now you want to fight. So now I gotta fight every time I see you. At some point, either somebody will get tired of fighting or is death involved. So that's what I'm saying. So there never should be a reason for that. So my mind says, if death is at the end of that, then it's not even worth it, because it could just get turned up real quick to that, and that's just that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about yellow tape and white chalk outlines. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about homicides. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't even be a high rate of homicides, because you shouldn't be killing nobody, right? We should be getting rid of, that type of behavior. You just can't play God. That's all I'm going to say on that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't play God. You got to let God be God, and then let God deal with that person. Now, God may have put a battery in you and say, boom, hey, take care of this person. Boom, he might have hit you with that. I don't know how God moving through you. But I know you got to understand some things, and you got to understand wrath is the key element of which triggers a lot of bad decisions, because it's really your actions and the anger that really applies the pressure to the situation. Why is that? Let's take that scenario last night from No Wars, all right? So, yeah, someone says something, that you don't agree with about your wife. Okay, so now I got to go out here and respond to that, right? How do I respond? All right, but initially, I didn't know, I didn't know what to say or what to do. Wife gives the signal. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm saying, all right, you better go, okay. All right, yeah, I'm going to handle that. But as man, as the husband, I don't got to handle it right now, though. I'm going to handle it, but I ain't got to handle it right now. I'm going to let this ride out, because I don't want all this, I don't want all this attention. I don't want nothing, And I'm pissed, trust me. But I'm also adaptable enough and wise enough to know my anger in this moment could possibly ruin a lot of things that I'm trying to set up, or mess up things that I'm trying to do. And I don't want that to happen. What I want to happen is the best thing for us as a family and as a unit, as a group. So I can't be getting off into no foolish things on broadcast TV. No. And if it's not on broadcast TV, check it out. I can't be doing that type of foolish coonery stuff in public like that in general. Why is that? Well, when you got a problem with somebody, the proper thing to do is pull that person aside. So yeah, after the show, again, my man, let me, pull you to the side. At best, Will could have went up there and told him, hey, man, hey, apologize to Jada now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, apologize. All right, cool. Get the apology right there, clap it up, walk back to the seat. Cool, we good. You know what I'm saying? We definitely go chop it up later on in the back. But right now, bro, you apologize. But coming through with the whole joint is like, that was a lot, because like I felt the energy though. I get it. Like I'm saying, I get it all, man. I get it. Somebody said something about, you know what I'm saying, your loved one, you ready to get it at any time. Like I get it. Like we want that, right? But at the end of the day, you don't want that, because when the bad of it happens, and then now you left with either jail time or somebody dead, and then it's like, was it really worth it? And now we having a conversation of, black on black crime, and we losing more of our black men and all this other stuff. Over what? Like, what was really the deal, right? When in this particular situation, a black woman was affected. Like that was the real root of that, right? Like that was the problem there, right? So a black woman was affected. And the black man said, you know what? I got to handle this immediately, which is right. The right answer, right? I have to handle this immediately, effectively. You're right. I got to do something. But I don't have to I don't have to pull crime on my brother like that, man. That's what I don't have to do. I don't have to hit my man. I don't have to hit my man like that. I don't have to embarrass I don't have to bring any of that out. What I can do is pull someone aside and speak to them privately in a private manner to let them know, look, what you was doing was kind of out of line and I don't agree with. You'll never want to get into a situation, man, where you just an attack, because I'm gonna show you how the energy that you have that flowing through you, like, dog, I gotta do something. Like, I get it, I feel that, but you gotta know on the other end of that energy is gonna be some other stuff coming that's gonna mess your life up, and it's gonna mess it up so much in a way where it's repairable, man, but it take a lot. And you just don't want to have to go through that, if I'm making any sense. For instance, again, you going into we at a workplace, and an employee does something to you. Now, hey, you want to fight the employee at the job, rightfully so. Let's get it. But I can also wait till we leave this facility, and I can meet up with you outside of here, and then we can handle it that way, and we don't have to put this work business, because while we are at work, we are a team, whether we like it or not. We can't do a disagreement. I don't like you at the moment, but while we here, this work, we are working together, so that's a team. So this is a teammate. I don't have to put the team or the family business out there. We could pull the family aside and holler at that. You may not be my literal family, but in this sense, it's the family vibe, it's the move, it's us. Pull you aside and we can have that conversation, and I don't have to make you feel embarrassed or make an embarrassment out of the company or team or organization that we're up under. That's the main root and the main source when you're a part of a team thing, right? Because your personal isolated incident, you have to think better for the team, and the team in the broader spectrum of what we witnessed yesterday would be black. Let's say for black people, right? That's what that is. We try to make black look good and put a light on it, but now it look like dim got shined on it, but you can't dim what the light is, man. See, that's the thing. See, we're gonna always be the light in the room. Now we gotta just figure out how to redirect the brightness of the room, right? Let me show you how to do that. Again, like I said, hey, well, you know what I'm saying? Chris, apology, boom, all right, we good, sit back down. But check it out. I'm going to throw another scenario out there. Will's sitting there about to get up, boom, hold on. What if wifey like, oh, hold on, not right now. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, get him, but not, you know what I'm saying? Not right now, because I don't want you looking crazy like that and making a scene out here. And yeah, I may have put you through some stuff myself, but then when this ain't that. Like right now, this should, chill, easy. You know what I'm saying? We could get that at a later, you know what I'm saying? That's a scenario too. But at the same time, after all that was being said, like I said, you could have did nothing. Waited till after the show and, we handled this, backstage. But that's TV talk. That's PC talk. We all know that, if you anywhere else, if you in the McDonald's line, and somebody slap a Happy Meal out of your kid's hand, it's going down. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. A man got assaulted. Really, that's what happened. That was black on black crime right there, live on TV. Black man, boom. But you could feel it and you could have a little empathy for it, but it still wasn't like necessary though. Like, because the bigger spectrum of it is that those are too powerful of black men to be in that type of situation, right? Dude, looked at too much of high value and high representation to, have that type of light shined on it like that, So, it's been a heavy topic all day. Fell right into what I was talking about already. I already had it, wrath and patience. You got to have patience. So Will should have patience in that situation. As you can see, towards the end of the night when he got the award, he gave you that. Broke it down, told you it's for everything I'm going through. I got to smile, smirk, laugh behind back. We got to do it all. They tell you fake it till you make it. So apparently, maybe people be faking it till they make it. But why do we have to fake anything? You should just be you at all times. When you give people that say, man, accept me for me, take me for who I am, accept me for me. So, okay, so if you accepted me for me, you got to accept me for getting up in the middle of a show, slapping somebody. That's me. Oh, you be like, oh, no, but then hold on. We can't be doing that. That ain't, well, why not? That's me. That's what I feel. That's me, right? But that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what you should be doing. Is that what we should be doing as a people? Going out there and slapping it up, making money? Well, how about, the producer of the show? We get black people producing the show for the first time. We try and get on the show, how about making your own show? Because, our show was made up from, Cyrus anyway, ritualistic things and pyramids involved in the Egyptian things anyway. So, and we all know what Egypt is. We know that's Kemet in the land of. So So how is that? And then you turn around and give me an award with the Wakanda Forever on me. You know what I'm saying? Gold, brown that up, gold it up, 24 karat, put 24 karat on there. I put some color on that skin right there, right? And then had me up there with the, oh, come on, man. Could not look that up. That's what I'm saying. See, it's too much stuff going on out there in the world. But the real thing is, how you react as a person. And, we got to act better as people, because when we see these things go on like they went on last night, we sit up there and talk about them all day the next day and for the rest of the week, or until people get tired of it. And we all got opinions about what happened, but nobody really knows what they would do until they was actually in that situation. And me personally, wouldn't have did that at all. Not at all, because I don't get down like that, and it's just not a part of my DNA or culture to get down like that. And if you know me through history, the history will show that I just don't. So, it's a little bit different for me, man. I can't be compared to most people because I am a true anomaly, man. I'm not like the rest. I'm very different. So, this podcast show speaks for itself. I just think different podcasts. I just think different brands. What it is, you just think it different, and you just sticking to what you believe in yourself and standing on what you believe in and what's righteous. Uh, People do wrong all the time. You can't tell another person how to react once they feel disrespected. See, that's the thing. We can sit up here and give our opinions all day long on something. Hey, I got Harold popping in here shortly. But yeah, we can sit here and talk about our opinions all day long. But at the end of the day, um, you can't tell no one how to react or what to do with their emotions. That's the one thing you can't do as a human being, is tell another human being how to react. But what you can do after they tell you how they felt is treat them with the proper respect and give them that instead of disrespecting them and giving them something else. See, that's the key thing. That's what we always want to do here. And that's what we go do here in a second, man. I'm going to put my man up here, man. We go get up in here, man. So we go put him at we go put Harold in the mix. Harold, man, are you in the building? Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Oh, there we go. Harold in the building, man. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing lovely, man. Blessed. Man.
Yeah. L. John in the building, man. It's nice to see you back, man. It's been a second, man. Didn't catch you last week, man. We was in here, man, talk about that gluten, man. It got real fat because it get like that after you get tired of being, what I'm saying, envious. When you get tired of being lustful, when you get tired of all that greed, you run into all that eating and drinking because everything is coming. You get the swinging, man. You get to running through the 7 cycles of that sin, and you end up where you at now with that wrath. Mm-hmm. And you get pissed off and it explodes, man. And this is the melting pot. This is where it all come together, and this is bam. You know what I'm saying? And you had that explosion. Oh man. Is it really? Let's see how good that is. Let me see what's going on here. Do you hear any echo, Harold?
No, I don't hear any echo. I heard a little feedback, but not anymore.
Okay. Just, is it still, you still hear something or no?
Oh no, I'm good.
All right. So yeah, where was I going? I lost train of thought. Blah 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 blah. Where was I?
Talking a little bit about the sins. I think we're just kind of giving a quick recap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So over that situation, the wrath will throw you off because you get angry and pissed and upset over everything because it seems like everything just hit the fan. And what happens is when everything hit the fan, you don't know what to do because it's heavy. And it gets to come heavy on you because you feel like the world is crashing down on you. So you want to lash out and you want to get somebody. You want to turn up. It's about time to turn up. Somebody got to get smoke, man. Somebody got to get, some act right. You just want to be destructive. I don't know where that come from, but you get pissed. People get pissed real fast. Snap, like, yo. But it seems always at the end of that getting pissed, man. At the end of the getting pissed, at the end of all of the hoorah, when it's all said and done, when somebody get hurt, it's always like, dang. Well, that was wrong. They shouldn't have did that. They should have thought about it. That was, you know what I'm saying? But in the heat of the moment, it ain't no thinking. This dog, I'm at you. I don't care about none of that. It's always the thought later. But if it's a thought later, then why ain't it the pre-thought before?
Oh, well, I mean, just from personal experience, you don't know how you're gonna feel about reacting in a way that maybe perceived as negative until after you do it. Because before you do, well, there's things that are premeditated, right? And things that just kind of happen in the moment. But you don't really know how you're going to feel about it until after it happens. So I'm not going to say somebody's fake or whatever, but, sometimes people, I don't think people really think it through. I think they do react in the moment. And that's not a pass or anything like that. But, yeah, how you going to know how you feel about something until after it's actually done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And how do you know you disrespected somebody unless they told you?
Well, I mean, if we talking about Will, and we talk about Mr. Smith and Mr. Rock, I mean, I'm sure that, well, I don't know. First of all, let me say this. I honestly, when I thought this morning, I thought it was just Hollywood at first. I'm like, oh, it's the Oscars. You know what I mean? Like, they just kind of kicking up the entertainment value or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw what Will said, and then, sorry, Mr. Smith. Well, Mr. Smith, and, and then him being emotional during the acceptance speech. And I was like, I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know if it was real or not, but I'm leaning more toward real now. At first, I didn't. I thought it was Hollywood, but I think this might have been a real moment.
What make you feel that it was fraudulent?
That was my first reaction, like when I really first saw it, when I was watching the slap and everything. Because again, like it's the Oscars, it's the Academy Awards. They're there to celebrate actors, and they're all actors in some way. So I thought, how they be having award shows and they'll do something like that, just to kick up the entertainment value.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying I don't know, but I'm saying that was my first reaction. But either way, let's say it was real. I didn't like that. I didn't like any things, going through that, and I don't feel like Mr. Rock deserved that, you know what I mean? But kind of what you were just saying this not too long ago is, or you were alluding to this, is we don't really know what people are going through, you know what I'm saying? So, whether those two individuals had some history behind the scenes or whether they didn't, and that comment was just the last straw. And Brother Smith might have. We seen what he's been dealing with these past couple of years, but that's just what we see. We don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe that was just the last straw, and he just didn't care. Like he just reacted. Doesn't make it okay, but at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So
we just know what we see.
Right. So I'm gonna take it off the acting part and knowing his lifestyle and background and just put it to just two men, having a disagreement and coming to a physical altercation. It could get real like this happened to be at a formal event. So what's a formal event? Let's just say we fighting at a 5-star restaurant. That would be like a formal event type of play, like some upscale, or fighting on the Laker court, fighting at Crypto Arena on the court. Like, yo, what are you like? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that's too much.
Chris Rock just tweeted. He said, "I'm okay. My gums absorbed the blow."
Oh, see, so he keeping it funny and he keeping it funky, right? But at the same time, it's a lot of things involved with that. The state could pursue that. They say, let's go get it. The state could be like, let's get a bag off that. We will go out there.
I saw the Academy was looking into, I guess Mr. Rock didn't press charges, but I guess the Academy was talking about they would cooperate with LAPD or whatever necessary.
Right. So so look at that end. So I'm just saying all the ways people could get bag off capitalizing off what those brothers did. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, they already capitalized.
I ain't got to give you more.
And articles and videos.
I ain't got to give you the sauce. You see what I'm saying? I ain't got to give you sauce. Let me ask you something, Harold. Let me ask you a real question, and I need you to give me a real answer, my brother, because I know you're going to give it to me like that. My man, you sitting at a restaurant. Let's say you sitting at Mastro's, my guy. You and wifey at Mastro's. Y'all chilling at Mastro's. Some rando dude come up and slap your wife.
Hypothetically speaking?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, it would be some furniture moving. You know what, though? I was thinking about this is, because I guess that you would probably ask that type of question based on, this latest news. I think about when people, like when somebody says something like that, like you got to stand on that. And there are folks in this world that just want drama or want to capitalize or whatever the case may be. And so it's like, oh, we're going to hold you to that. You know what I mean? Like some folks might just do it like just for the reaction or whatever. So I'm going to say hypothetically, yeah, it'll be some furniture moving. I don't know. Ain't nothing like that ever happened. I hope nothing like that ever does. But I think that's just what would any person do in that situation.
Let me tell you something.
It's some ride or die women too that if the situation was reversed, they gonna jump in too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't feel like it may. I ain't trying to underestimate anything, but I don't feel like woman beef will go like that and last that long. I don't feel like a woman is gonna be like on site every time I see you. I'm trying to drag you and pull your hair out. Dudes walk around with this like ego, masculine energy type of stuff, and it's like, oh, my man, when I see you, we got to get it every time. Like every time I come through, I got to roll, and I might even have the homies one of these times, so you go catch it. You know what I'm saying? And some people be like, yo, whenever you disrespect me, I'm gonna let you know, I off rip that it was a problem made, and that problem that was made is like, you can't say what that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we'll feel disrespected, and the consequence came after. Like, everybody else can't say how Will decides to deal with that. And we can sit up here and say, I'm saying, a little something.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot control somebody else's reaction. You know what I mean? You never think that you should. So, if person A disrespects person B or person B's wife, like you can't predict what the outcome is going to be from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can be more serious than a slap. So I think that's just important to keep in mind, is that you can't control another person's reaction. So how you move is extremely important. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, that's crazy that you mentioned that, because I remember. Give me 1 second. I remember. Give me 1 second. Got a little bit of technical difficulties going on here. Trying to figure all this thing out. Please bear with me here. Man. All right. We are all the way somewhere, man. So, all right. Where are we? All right, man. That looks a little weird, but we gonna roll with it. I don't have time to figure that out. This is just live on the fly, man. So I lost my train of thought and everything. Didn't want that like that. But yeah. So back to Raph, man. Yeah. Yeah. So Raph is a get you pinned up in a situation where you finding yourself having to defend some things that you might have not been ready for. You know what I'm saying? And we hate to go through those things, and we hate to see, ill will put on a person, or bad things happen to a person. But unfortunately, and in life, that's how things go sometimes. And we're not saying, that's how we want them to go. But, unfortunately, that's how it becomes sometimes. And it shouldn't be accepted. But for somehow we make excuses when certain things happen. And like you said, I gotta give you props. You said everything is situational, and I wasn't always a fan of that. But you know what, Harold? You're right. Things are situational because you don't know. But I'm still gonna stand on my ground on, I know what I would do. I'm an anomaly. I know I'm different and separate. I know most people would do exactly what they do. They flying off. They're flying off. That's what's happening. It's a crime scene. That's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Definitely some furniture moving, bro. Like just I mean, for real, man. And now, man, I'm gonna turn it up even more. It's definitely gonna be a crime scene. It's definitely gonna be a crime scene if it was your child or your grandmother or something like that. You feel me? You know what I mean? Take it away from them and put something else in there. Put something else in there that you value. Yeah, it's gonna be some furniture moving, man. And that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but sheesh.
I will say, I kind of said it before, but just I know we kind of getting off into a general situation.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this and reiterate this specifically, though. I didn't like seeing them two kings in that situation, man.
Neither.
I'm just gonna say that wasn't that wasn't something that made me happy to see. I was disappointed. As a matter of fact, I was like, oh man, like not the Kings, you know what I mean? So
let me ask you this, Harold, in your opinion, what would you have done if that was Harold's shoes? If you sitting down there, somebody cracking a joke on you. Hey, first of all, let me run this back. Hey, you remember Nutty Professor?
Oh yeah.
Hey, so hey, check it out. Ain't that what Sherman should have done to Chappelle? You know what I'm saying? Hey, she should have.
Sherman was big. Sherman would have probably knocked him down.
That's what Sherman was supposed to do, right? Sherman was supposed to go up there and lay dog out. But then it's like, hey man, it's comedy. You in a comedy club. Of course, it's just jokes, man. Like nobody's in here is serious. You taking it personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, what again? So what's that line? How do you know? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? Hey, that is real. It's comedy, it's jokes, it's not serious. But I guarantee you, talk to any professional comedian that's ever done like some crowd work and some, you know what I mean, or had to deal with hecklers or whatever, and they'll tell you that, man, you never know. Somebody could jump on stage and start swinging. I've heard stories of people grabbing mic stands, throwing chairs. So once again, you can't trust somebody to react, even though it's supposed to be understood in that environment that it's comedy, these are just jokes. Not everybody's gonna go with that, bro. It's unfortunate, but that's just real, But then, someone might say, oh, well, that person on stage was crossing the line. Maybe they kept going at this woman or kept going at this dude. So yeah, it is situational, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. So again, what would you have done? I ain't let you answer that.
Oh, hypothetically, I mean, it's hard for me to say because again, I have not walked in Brother Smith's shoes, and I can only imagine, as I said on the past couple of years, like what he's gone through privately. We've seen a little bit publicly, so I have no idea what I would have done in that situation. It's hard for me to judge, but I don't feel like, the alopecia thing, like, I don't think Brother Rock knew that. Like, he was just making a joke. That was his job. He hosting, cracking jokes, but I don't know. In that situation, it's hard for me to say, man. I don't know if I'd slapped the brother, though. I don't know if I'd have done that. That might have been off stage conversation behind closed doors when nobody can see us, and whatever happens, happens. It's kind of a conversation. But again, I'm not judging.
All right, so give me this. You agree that there should have been some straightening involved, though, right? You feel like there should have been some sort of conversation aside, backstage, after the show?
I mean, if they wanted to, but see, here's the thing. And what was it? I think I was watching Breakfast Club, and they were talking about, man, he's not the first person to say something publicly, like that, or about the couple or whatever. But, how many times has Will actually been in the building when somebody said something? That I don't know. Maybe this was one of those first times where someone was actually right in front of him who said something, and he was like, oh, I'm going to address that. I don't know. Straightening or not, I'm just saying I didn't like seeing it.
Right.
I didn't like seeing it.
All right,
I don't know. I can't call it.
So wrath is something people don't like seeing, but wrath is also something that we display. We get angry and we do it all the time. So, but then we never talk about it until it's all over with. But the thing that made us pissed is, boom, is the snap. It was the, hey, man, you did so. It's too late now. We here, right? And now there is what, the jail cell or the hospital bed or the, you know what I'm saying, or the morgue. What we talk about? You see what I'm saying? This is what be happening out here in the streets. But it be coming from because of the anger. We got pissed off, we got mad, and now I gotta turn up. Instead of saying, bro, hold on, bro. You and let's bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring it back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to die right now. I don't want you to die right now, man. I know you would mean that. Let's start over. Let's do this. But then at the same time, hey, think before you speak. If you say a certain
part of life,
every day is a learning experience. But hey, man, again, you got to speak with positive energy that's going to move the room. You can't speak with the energy that's going to give people like Now you gotta speak with the whole room lit up when you speak. Like, everybody got a piece of the positive energy when you roll through. You know what I'm saying? That's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be the good vibes when you come through. You don't want to leave nobody in a limbo. And they just like, I don't know if I like him or not. Nah, you want to be like, no, I like that guy. He's cool, right? And that's what we've been given all our life. Chris Rock and Will have been cool, but let's take Chris Rock and Will name off and put two black men, you know what I'm saying? Two humans up there. It could have been two women up there, you know what I'm saying? Could be anybody up there. I'm saying human combat ain't the way that should have been displayed in an environment like that. But I understand people may need to be slapped. And I also say I don't believe in violence and I don't condone all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. Sometimes it was, your mama might slap you sometimes, and a slap is a good way to say you stop what you doing. A punch to the jaw is a good way to say, you know what, like, the next time you could be dead. Because sometimes, slaps even lay people out. You see the slapping contest, but that's a contest. We talking about a regular old, hey, chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even the backhand, back in the day, the old, like, you know what I'm saying, give her one. But you ain't never seen nobody just, I'm going to give you one of these, like, boom. Like, you like,
you know what? Some people would even say that a slap is more disrespectful than a punch.
Yeah, that's how the society would turn it on you. But I look at a slap as more fortunate.
There are some people would say that's even more disrespectful.
I call a slap fortunate.
Fortunate. It can be taken as more disrespectful. A punch is more like, we can get it on right now. A slap is like, I'm not even afraid of you. Like, I'm doing this. It's more of a, I don't know. It asserts your position more.
I feel like both.
A punch is like, we about to throw these things, but a slap is like, I'm not even worried about
physical contact. Is like, I'm about to turn up. That's what people be feeling like they want to go. But I feel like before the physical, it's the verbal. You heard something that said woo, and now I gotta go. That's the move. And it ain't even no question. It ain't even no, hey man, it's none of that. I'm triggered already. I'm gone. I made the move. So who can stop you when you blacked out? You gone. You call it blackout. I'm blackout. I'm gone. I don't remember. Yeah, but you remember that. Hey, You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they did that. They react. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come in your house and tries to take your stuff. You like, wait a minute. Like, now you're saying my life feel threatened. I can't stay in my. You like, all these things come from somebody trying to just, run in your house, take a little something. And they might not even know what they was trying to take. They just want to, I don't know, just come, you know what I'm saying? And then you might be like, I know exactly what's in my house. Do you know what, you know what I mean? So you might have something special, and it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Did the word get out? Did people know, you know what I'm saying? So it could have been a whole new different vibe, but at the same time, somebody violated your home. You gotta go. That's the point. You violated my house, dog. You gotta go. And I'm not calling no police for that. I'm here. I'm the defender of my house. Why do I need to call police? But see, then in the real world, which we living in, they say, man, why didn't you file a police report? Why didn't you get the paper trail? Why didn't you take this person to court to sue them? Why didn't you do all that? Well, I'm saying, why do I need to do all these things? I'm not asking to do all these things or setting these things up. But see, that's how the world operates. See, check it out. Just because you heard no charges pressed don't mean lawyers didn't have a conversation with some documentation. You see what I'm talking about? That type of stuff happens for real. That happens. It costs not to go to the court. It costs not to have charges filed against you. So either at the end of the day, but hey, you still getting some paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how the paperwork. That's what people do. If you're not getting knocked out or laid in the grave, you paying. Them the options. That's all I see. Because that's what happens. Am I right or wrong? You paying in the courtroom, which is the legal way, the sue way. It's the all proper legit. Hey, call the police, call your friends, run to the furthest room in the house with your gun and hide and don't shoot them in the bed. All of that falls in the rule guys. But then the other side of it is I'm reacting right now, and you can't tell me a damn thing. And whatever the consequence is just the consequence. And that part of it is where most people lie. This is where we are. You don't have time to think about what it is when somebody done did you wrong or you felt that you was did wrong. It's later when you be like, damn, I guess I was wrong. I didn't even hear it out. So that anger, you got to have patience. You know what I'm saying? Patience and temperance. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to have. We got to have the patience. That's why patience is so important and so valuable. Now, I can't sit up here and continue to talk about wrath all day without sitting here talking about patience. And as you can see, is the captivity or habit or fact of being patient. You know what I'm saying? So look, you just gotta chill. So in other words, the route that I say I be taking be right for me and is right literally when it comes down to it. But human wise, and the emotions that go through you when you feel like somebody violating you, when you feel like it's a problem, I gotta react now. And it ain't nothing nobody can do about that, because we all about the disrespect, right? Because going back to that situation from last night, right? You would hear people wording how he was treated prior to leading up to last night, right? So they'll add, what I'm saying is the world will put your whole life into a situation rather than to deal with the situation, all right? They go get back catalog on you all day long. Hey, you were an old felon, you was this, you were a crackhead, all of this stuff, and do these things and make it relevant to today when that wasn't. The only thing relevant in today is today. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta operate like that moving forward and not let ignorant stuff like that get in the way, because I'm gonna show you how it was a play. See, the Oscars is the biggest award for movies, right? For Hollywood, you know, that as you act, you want an Oscar. If you play a sport, you want the championship. If you do music, you want the Grammy. These are the top of the hookup. So with that being said, it was just a couple years ago that you saying, we want diversity. We want more. We want more black women. We want more. We want more of this and that. We boycott. We ain't even going. And then next year, okay, a couple people show up. Okay, so all right, we hear y'all. We gonna make some adjustments. Oh, this year we say, you know what? We gonna give you a black producer. We gonna have a black producer produce the Grammy. The Oscars. And go ahead, boom. All right, and then you get this display. And so then it sends a message globally that says, you know what, that's what they do. You see that? That's what they do. So you could, other people in other countries, you know what I'm saying, can look and say, man, that's why don't nobody like them or respect them. That's why they do X, Y, Z, and X, Y, Z. Because look at that. Look at the stuff that they do. And it's like, man, that ain't what it is. And that what they did yesterday don't define black people or nothing like that. And it's a lot of good that came out of that. So, again, so it's the way you can't, what I'm getting to is you can't allow society to control any narrative about what happens in reality. What simply happened was isolated situations that we have every day, and at the end of it, a man was humble enough to pretty much apologize in a way to where, he let you know that he understood that he was wrong in it. And then maybe later on I'll go talk to my man, but right now I'm gonna talk to y'all and let y'all know I'm bigger. It's a bigger thing going on after chopping it up with some people. But who can calm you down when you pissed? So it takes some time. Again, it's always time, which means patience. Patience means time. So you got to have the patience off rip. I guess what I'm saying is I guess I've learned all that patience and all that building at a young age where I never had to deal with these situations that people deal with currently. I don't involve myself in behaviors like that or try to be around things like that. I hate it a lot. And people that know me know that I dislike it and know that it's a problem to me. You know what I'm saying? So they try to keep me away from the things, because that's just not me. I'm also a person to where I don't feel that is nothing that you could say to really offend me or make me feel away, because there ain't nothing that you could say that's gonna get me out of my character. Because if you do say something to get me out of my character, my brain tells me that that's the enemy trying to get you and throw you off your game. So don't give him the strength to do so. You got to recognize those signs. So I take it as such. Now I can sit here in WWE and entertain and go back and forth and woo woo woo, but the real essence of true me, I'm not cut like that or getting down like that. I'm definitely trying to stay as humble and being and argument free, because I don't like it. Arguing really bothers me and it sends me to a place where I don't feel comfortable. So I don't like doing it, and I don't like the energy that it brings other people. But that's why I'm always really calm in an argument situation. I could just sit there and let you go, and then I'll speak, and then I'll let you go, because really in an argument situation, people are really just trying to say whatever they can to get you under the belt. They're trying to say whatever they can to throw you off your game. They're trying to manipulate you to make you feel bad. They want to hurt your feelings is really what they're trying to do without physically doing it. So they want to verbally do it, right? But then we have to understand that sometimes people say things that you can't come back from, because you're now saying all these things that now you think you should be thinking about what you saying, dog. You just running off out the mouth talking about me like that. That ain't cool, bro. And so then you talking about people around my family and camp and stuff like that. That's not cool, bro. You talking about people that I care about. That's not cool, bro. So now I got to step to you and pull you to the side and say, look, my brother, hey, don't be talking about those people like that. But what we do every day, we sit up here and gossip about people, and we talk about people every day. And now one of those times somebody be like, yo, hold on, man, that ain't the move. That ain't what we should be doing. That I don't want to hear about that. You don't stop nobody from gossip. We listen to it. You see what I'm saying? But so it's a moderation thing in there. That's a weird thing where it's like situation. It's almost like we like hearing garbage, but we don't like to be in garbage. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna but then we get mad when garbage don't happen in our way and in our time or something like that. It's almost like how can I put it? it's almost like people. It's almost like being mad at LeBron because he doesn't have the Jordan go hard, die hard, gene to say, man, I'm dominant, I'm taking over. You see what I'm saying? It's like what people want to see. But if he gave you that, how would it satisfy you?
Brother?
You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, not to cut you off, brother. I do got a jet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, this is an incredible topic. I'm saying, especially with the current events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you gotta have patience.
I feel like, every individual is capable of wrath and patience. But how often is it that we see examples of patience actually, being actionable? I think that's something that you were just touching on that, but patience in action is something I think we don't see too often enough, and we should. But I'm gonna get up out of here, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Harold always welcome. All right, yo. Peace. All right, man. So, yeah, we here. We keeping it moving. And like I said, I'm your host, James, at I Just Think Different Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for stopping by, checking me out, man. Today's topic, I'm talking about wrath. That's the 6th sin of the 7 deadly, right? That's what I've been talking about. Next week, we wrap it up with sloth. And then, man, check it out. Tomorrow at 8:30, look, we're going to have a real estate conversation, right? We're going to have a real estate conversation tomorrow. All right, so make sure you be around for that because that's going to be here. We going to have 2 women or more on here talking about how you can get you a house, about financing, about all those things like that. So definitely tune in tomorrow to see that and be a part of that. Like I said about with wrath, it's all about the anger. You got to control your anger and you got to have patience. You gotta have patience. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you some of that patience right now. Have some of that patience and vibe out, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hey, I'm back. Yo, so check it out, man. Today, I've been talking about wrath, as you can see, prior across the globe. They've been talking about a little incident that's been going on yesterday at the Oscars. Yeah, but I'm not here to bash you over the head about, keep talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock. What I am here to do is to show you how to manage this anger and this wrath, man, because, anger can cause us a lot of bad situations. Anger could cause us to have problems in life because we want to take our anger out on other people instead of taking our anger out where it should be placed. All right. Now, look, I'm not saying I got the keys and I got all the answers. I'm not saying I don't get mad and upset and nothing ever upset me or anything like that. But what I am saying is that when you do feel those emotions and you do feel that, you don't have to react on them. Do you see what I'm saying? Because reacting on them, and when you really think about it, when you think it all the way through, reacting on it really only ends up in death. It only ends up in a bad way. And I say that because if you think about it, if you have a physical altercation with somebody and you duke it out, you fight, you shoot the square one, and now, the square one wants to keep coming back. Now it's a fight every time you look up. Every time you think about it, it's another fight. It's a fight. I'm seeing you on site. So everything is on site. How am I on site? And it was just one fight. So now, every time I'm out with my significant other, you want to fight me. You with the homies, you want to fight me. I'm constantly in a fight. Now, if I'm constantly seeing you, that makes no sense. What are we doing here? And at some point, it might even get more violent than that. It might even just turn into a homicide, which it should never turn into. So I don't even bring that energy. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think people think that all the way through. Some people don't have time to think it through. It turned right into a homicide. When you get angry, I'm going straight for the kill. That's what they're doing. They like, boom, this is me all day long. I'm doing me. I gotta protect mine. But when you gotta think about it, if you protecting yours, how you gonna protect yours when you're not available? I'm not understanding what protection are these people gonna have when you're not around. When people say, "Yo, I gotta protect my family," and I understand that. Yeah, we all should be protecting our family and be, going out there for them and defending them. But think about it: when you no longer are available to defend them, then who does? So when you go out there and you put yourself in situations where you can't defend them anymore, now who's defending them? Now your people that you was claiming that you was defending are sitting ducks. Now who they go get help and protection from? You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep God first, man. You keep God first at all times. I guarantee you God will come through and bless you and take care of you. But you definitely have to go with God with a mustard seed of faith and ask him, for clear direction, with an open heart. Because he will show you. I guarantee you if you're listening to my voice and you go ask, he'll do so. Now, I know people will chime in and out and see this is usually a part of time when that happens, when you start talking godly and godly things happen, and people don't really want to hear that. But the reality of it is, if you really do go ask God and tap in, he will show you. And that's facts. I'm not lying. All right. As you can see, Hershey over here trying to get in, man. He's trying to get in on the podcast. I'm going to have this was going on for a minute, man, because, you got to beware of that wrath. You got to beware of that attitude in that mouth that you got going on. You got to understand how to take your anger and turn that anger into patience, because it only helps you in the end. I'm going to show you why the wrath is so bad, because check it out. When you put the wrath on people, well, first of all, ain't nothing worse than the wrath of God. The wisdom is the fear of God, the knowledge of fear of God. That's what you gotta be wise and know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Hershey, please, man, let me get to the podcast, man. He's just all over me right now, man. But you gotta understand that your anger, sets the tone and it affects other people. And the important thing to remember is that you as a human being are the light, and you affect other people. You affect other people by the things that you say, and you affect other people by the things that you do. Now, you may not like it and you may not understand it, and you may not come to truth with it. But you have to realize that in life, nobody makes you do anything. You are in charge of your own life and your own situations. The problem is that when bad things happen, we want to blame somebody instead of blaming ourselves. Like, you have to take accountability and full action for the things that you do. Unfortunately, a lot of us, don't do that. We don't take accountability for our actions. And that's all really people be wanting you to do, is to own up for the dumb stuff that you do and then handle the consequence. Now, the problem is, you don't know what that consequence is going to be. So I don't know what my consequence is going to be for calling someone out of their name. It could be the end of my life. But if I never called them out of my name, I wouldn't have to worry about the consequence of what it was, because I would be respectful of the situations. But see, we know calling people out their name causes problems. We know bringing physical altercations to people causes problems. We know that sitting here disrespecting people causes problems. But however, I'm going to shoot you a little bell, because you don't know what really disrespect is until a person tells you that they was disrespected. It's really no real way to really find that out. But there are some rules and guidelines that you should know and probably should follow as just a general human thing to be mindful of when you're dealing with people. You see what I'm saying? How about this? You wouldn't want it to happen to your grandma or your child. All right? So think of that whenever you talking to people. Think of that whenever you want to rise up and you want to show some rage and wrath against somebody. Just think of somebody had that same wrath against your kids and your grandma. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that. Like, who wants that against the kids and the grandma? That's not right. You shouldn't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of vibes people be on. You don't know. You doing it to somebody's child. You know what I'm saying? Or grandma. So patience is a lot that I have. Now, I don't know how I really, found out how to have patience, man. I just don't worry about a lot of things. But I will tell you a little bit about me is that I feel other people's pains bad. It's like a feeling in my inside that really, really pains for people, and it hurts. Like I feel people's pain. You know what I'm saying? I feel hurt, and then it makes me feel bad. I could just be watching something and just be chilling and cool, and then just see the hurt and frustration and pain in people's eyes, and body can feel that, and my body can absorb it and take it and empathize with that. And that's taught me a lot, because I can look at people and just know and feel that pain. I don't believe that human beings really naturally want to bring harm to each other or really want to do damage to people, man, because we loving people. Like, wow, that's not us, right? We want to do the best we can and leave some sort of a legacy or imprint out here on life, man. We don't want to be out here known as the person skipping over people in life and doing people dirty and wrong. You don't want to be known as that person, because that person is not cool. We want to have patience, and you have patience by simply reminding yourself that it's not worth it. If you think things all the way through and you think, how is this going to affect me in the long run, you would make better, wiser decisions instead of making the immediate decisions. I feel it too. I could get, upset and be like, I want to punch through a brick wall or punch through a glass, but punching a glass and breaking a glass, was that really necessary? And it's like, dang, dude, like, you got glass all over the place. You might have to go to the hospital. That's another bill. Now you gotta pay the business obstruction, adjust, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? And you created that because of the things that you chose to do. You didn't have to do that. And that's what I'm saying. Us as human beings create our own problems and our own issues, and then we don't own up to them, and then get mad when, other people do things that, we feel strong, opinionated on. Like, an abortion, for instance. You know, they say you can't tell a woman what to do with her body, but I also know that no human can create life, but humans have been trying to create life through cloning DNA and trying to reproduce humans from scientific technology. And man can't produce man. Man can only produce man with God. You can't produce man without God. But just because you can produce a clone and it moves and it operates, don't mean that it has a full soul and that is a God created thing. Though God may have given you the talent as a human to create something like that, but you don't have the go ahead to create life out here like that. That's God. That's just what that is. So when you understand that, you understand that you're responsible for things that go on in your household and in your life. You set the example. We wait for other people to try to set the example. Like last night, Will Smith could have set an example by saying, hey, check it out, doing nothing at all. Could have just let it all fly. That's an example of saying, hey man, hey, you just watch the show and enjoy it. Another example could be like, hey man, when somebody say something that you don't agree with, you can walk up to them immediately and say, yo man, I apologize to apologize. You need to apologize immediately. Okay, cool. We can apologize so we can move on. Another thing is, you know what? Hey, let me holler at you in the aftermath of things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing immediately. Let me holler at you in the background. Let me check with you later on it. You know what I'm saying? So when I check with you later on it, we can see what's going on and we can maybe come to a positive agreement in a positive situation, because we never want to be in a situation where we're actually about to, duke it out, man. Like, why we need to do all that? Like, what's the necessary need to, bring that harm? But once again, I get it. And you can't determine that when you've crossed that line with somebody. And the best way to not cross that line with somebody is to think before you speak. You should be knowledgeable and think. Everything ain't always jokey at the same time. You gotta take accountability for the things that you do, and when you wrong, you wrong, and take it out of a Will and Chris situation. We put any human situation. When you do another person wrong, you must sit there and maintain your accountability, because that's what you owe. You owe your accountability for the situation to say, you know what, I'm acknowledging that, yes, I was wrong in this event, and I gotta own up to that. That's step number one as a human being, dog. You gotta recognize that you was in the wrong somewhere. And most people don't even recognize where they went wrong at, or even knew that they was in the wrong. See, when you get disrespected, you got to tell a person that, hey, man, what you just did affected me and offended me. So moving forward, we're not going to have that type of behavior anymore, okay? Then it continues. Now, that's disrespect. But again, the person who was being disrespectful, the problem is you don't know what's disrespectful to a person, but you don't want to be on that end to kind of find that out. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool to be in a room and be like, nigger. That's not cool. That's not nothing that you should just be like saying at all. Nothing that you finna run up into a room full of black people and just be like, yeah, no, that's not cool. That's not what you should be doing. You see what I'm saying? But it flies all the time, and it flies so many places that people, it's to the point that people don't even do nothing about it because it's so normal. It's like a normal thing that shouldn't be known. That's not it. Your brain can't wrap around it. It's not a normal thing, but it happens. This type of racism and foolishness still happens in the world today, and it shouldn't. And it's a shame that we deal with these type of days out here. You know what I'm saying? And I personally don't agree with that type of behavior. That's why I reserve my patience, and I have a lot of it for people, even with my dog sitting right here trying to jump on me and trying to get live up into the mix in this cast. I just bring him up here right now, and maybe he'll jump up here while I sit here and still talk live on the cast, because I know that's what he wants to do. He wants to jump up in my lap and join the show and play around, and you know, I don't know. He's a cool guy, man. I call him Hershey. He's my buddy. He's my dog, man. My first dog. And yeah, he brings me great joy. I don't have any kids, man, but Hershey, when I come home, I tell you, man, he's very excited. I've never been in a situation to have my own dog where I knew dogs was that excited to see their masters. So here he is. What's up, man? Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, man. So I didn't know that it was that important for dogs to see their masters and stuff like that, man. I mean, he comes in and he is excited. He runs around the house. He gets the zoomies. He gets everything, man. And I'm like, hey, I never had that. I never seen that before. And it's just an amazing feeling. So I know how it feels, how it probably feels when, you know, you come home and your kid is like, mommy, daddy. And for the first time you hear it all day and you're like, wow, yeah, it's my kid. Like, yeah. So I get it, man. It's a blessing and a beautiful thing to be a parent. So shout out to all the parents out there. Shout out to the good moms and the good dads, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah, because if it wasn't for you, you know, we would have way more foolish acts and foolish things going on out here in the world. So I appreciate the real stand-up parents that's out there really holding down their household, because that's where it starts and that's where, you know, all the work goes down at home. We have to start at home and let our kids know and let the youth know that, you know, you can come to us and talk to us about problems, because one of the things is youth don't want to sit here and talk to no adults. That's just fact. You didn't want to do it when you was a youth, so what makes you think the youth want to do it? However, one thing this particular youth will do is listen to another person when they making sense. Oh man, that was Hershey. He just hit the button on me. See that? That was random. Sniffing on the buttons and just randomly hit a button. See, that's what happens when you go live, man. You get Hershey over here pressing buttons, and he might even hit a button for a new scene or something, man. I don't know. Just let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? This is something to do, man. Live and direct. Get Hershey on the show. You know what I'm saying? This is a dog on a podcast. See, I just think different, man. Just let them roam out here on the I Just Think Different podcast. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the patience has to come from you being able to, you know, maintain your pride and put your ego aside. You know, like again, it all starts with that first step in that pride. You gotta let that ego go in order to fly like one. And then you have to sit here and not be greedy, man. It's no need to be greedy. Greed only causes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, just say he want to see you on the mic, man. Hey, Hurst, you go get on? Oh, there he is. That's the mic for y'all. Well, there he is. That was the mic. He got on and licked the mic and smelt the mic and touched the mic for y'all. That was Hirsch on the ones and twos. You know what I'm saying? Now he's trying to back pedal and get his way back down. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Hershey, man. I'm trying to do a live show, bro. You all on the live show, bro. Man, I ain't trying to throw you down and have Peter come get me, bro. But you got to make some moves, bro. Cause we up in here, we trying to do a show, Hershey. We trying to do a show. All right, brother. Come on. All right. There we go. All right, man. Yeah, give it up for Hershey. Man. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What up, Rosa? What up, Just? Yo, if y'all want to come on, y'all just let me know. I'll pop y'all in on the scene. But, yo, what y'all think, man, about having that patience over the wrath, man? We all get angry, but is it more important to y'all to have patience, or is it more important for y'all to get y'all rocks off on that anger and just say, you know what, dog, you offended me, you pissed me off, and I'm gonna just put in work on you. I gotta serve you up. You gotta get a hot plate of some ales. You gotta take something. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think? Y'all let me know in the chat what's going on. Me personally, I feel like you should definitely have patience and be strong minded, and to not allow, your opposition to get the upper hand over you, because that's their job. Their job is to get the upper hand over you. And think about it, whenever you place your hands on people in public, remember the public eye is going all may try to take you to court, even if you don't want to go to court. Yeah, see, y'all both got patience, you feel me? Yeah. You see here. Yeah, I like that right there. Yeah, patience definitely is, what I'm saying, the key. I agree with that. Patience definitely is the key. That's how I feel. I say it all the time. You got to have that patience, man, because, it's the only thing that's really going to get you through. It's the only thing that's really going to get you through. You got to be able to be taught, because patience will allow you to be able to listen, because you'll be waiting for instruction. You got to have some instruction to know where to go. In other words, you'll be roaming on your own. And when you roaming on your own, you living life under your, own ways. And now, man makes a lot of mistakes. So I really can't blame man for the things that they do. Like, I can't blame, Will for, acting the way he acted. However, I can say that, there's ways that we can do things differently, Yeah. Patience is an important in many facets of life. Yeah, they are, man. Once you give me a couple. Patience is definitely important in life, because without it, like I said, you will be in way worse situations than not. Also, I don't think people understand the side of patience of where people have to have patience with you as well, because you may be a situation where, let's say you started a new job or a new something, and you keep asking the same question, or excuse me, what'd you say, I ain't get it, and then now whoever you're asking those questions to are getting irritated at you, like, dog, you don't get it, you're not comprehending, and now you like, well, wait a minute, give me some time. Like, so again, you gotta have patience, right? You gotta have that patience. Just let me roll through it. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, I think patience is learned during the times you have to be patient. All right, so give me some times where you gotta be patient. What's some times that you feel that you have to be patient? I feel like you have to be patient every day. In everything you do, you have to be patient. I feel you have to be patient in everything you do, simply because jumping out of line and jumping out of context will only cause you to be in a worse situation than what you thought yourself to be in. What I'm simply saying is, patience is the doorway to get you the blessings that you need, and wrath is the doorway to get you to hell. Wrath is the way to get you to a place that you'll want to be. Wrath is a place that'll get you to a grave. Wrath is a place that'll get your family members in a grave. Because your anger, acting out of those actions, you come across the wrong person, and they don't like your actions, and they got bigger actions of their own, and now it's an action game being played, and now lives are being lost, is which we don't want. We don't want lost lives. We want to grow lives. We want to have fruit being bared, and we want to show each other better ways of life, man. What we don't want to do is sit here and feel like, just because, hold on, I gotta say something. Just because we have an argument or disagreement don't mean his death got to be involved. Okay, we can have a little disagreement, a little rebuttal back and forth. But at the end of the day, when that sun go down, we gotta adapt this up, shake this out, and move it on, man. If God willing, we blessed with another day. From that day, we gotta drop yesterday off and be cool with it, man. Because that's all day yesterday, man. We didn't really mean that, because what did I say all the time? Death is at the end of that, All right, so what we got here? All right, well, it's easy to have patience for someone or something when you'll benefit from it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, it is. That's called not being true to self, and that's called not relying on God. That's not patience. That's called using someone, and when using someone is not patience. Is may be called adapting. You may adapt to a situation and be like, okay, this may be uncomfortable, but I can make it work for me right now. But that ain't patience. Patience is being able to deal with whatever situation you in and seeing it through. That's patience, right? Not we on the, you know what I'm saying? That's patience. Patience is being able to, you know, wake up daily and know and admit to yourself that you got problems and you trying to work on yourself and knowing that today is better than yesterday. That's patience. And you don't beat yourself up to say, man, I did this and that, because sometimes we can overtalk, we can overreact, we can do a lot of different things in front of people and make ourselves look like fools and make ourselves look like, who is this person? And that ain't even the type of person that we are is, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you have to trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're right. Just trust that process, man. And while you trust the process, man, you have to understand that good things are ahead when you follow the process. It's always the slow grind. A lot of people say slow grind is always the best. I never understood personally myself why it was the best for the slow grind, because if it's not a slow grind, what's wrong? A slow grind or a fast hustle? We all want that fast hustle, but then they tell you the slow grind. If you can get that money fast in a hurry, give it to me, don't worry. But if I gotta wait for it, I might grow some hate for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wait for this, but you gotta be patient, because the good thing is coming in the end, because you're thinking about what you want now, not really looking at the overall deal. See, what we want right now is what we want. Yeah, that's that. You know, a fast hustle puts you behind bars in most cases. Yes, a fast hustle will put you behind bars. And then you gotta figure out how to stay from behind those bars, because you know what I'm saying. People get thrown up in the bars real quick. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? And it's like, you know what? I was out here trying to do for my people. I was out here trying to I was out here trying to put on. And, you know, what was you putting on? You wasn't putting it on. You wasn't putting it on at all. You see what I'm saying? What you was doing was making a fool of yourself. You was making a fool of, you know, others around you. And you didn't realize that until it was too late. And then when it got late, you want to backtrack. A lot of people do a lot of backtracking, you know? But it's okay to backtrack once you acknowledge you're wrong. Of course you want to backtrack, because I know you ain't that ignorant to just be out here talking like that. So you better apologize and do some backtracking, right? That's the thing. Yeah, we got to backtrack, right? You want to definitely backtrack, but what you don't want to be out here doing is doing, you know, outlandish things and making up things against people. You feel me? Also, I want to know, when you defending, because I gotta put it out the will thing. When you defending your family and you defending your people, you defending whoever, you on defense. You're just on defense. What you got? Let me see. Yeah, you still on defense. When you're on defense, it's a different type of vibe out there. Your body acts different, your mind acts different, and it's almost like you don't know. It's an unprepared type of situation. I'm still learning patience in every area around the board. But I know I ain't trying to roll with the wrath. That's correct. You'll never want to roll with that or be caught up in God's wrath, because God's wrath is the definite wrath you ain't trying to be a part of. You don't want no parts of you, so you got to get right. I suggest, you know, if you hear my voice, you do it wrong, go ahead and repent, man, and just, you know, do right and do righteous moving forward. You know, This ain't no religious thing. I'm just telling you the right thing. You might not know God or like God or nothing like that. I'm telling you, when you go ask him yourself, he will show up. I ain't talking about what a pastor telling you or what other people telling you. I'm telling you out of my mouth, out of this podcast, if you go talk to him with an open heart, he will show you what's going on. You ain't never got to question it no more. You can make better decisions starting with that as a base, because that is the movement and it's going to get you grounded and set up. Now, when you know a little bit about God, it's going to give you better ways to be able to deal with these 7 deadly sins that come against you, like pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and slothful. You know what I'm saying? All those 7 pretty much go in a loop. When you think about next week ending with sloth, after I'm pissed off and I'm angry, I've exhausted so much energy that I don't have anything. So I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done with all the greed. I'm tired of all the lust. I'm tired of all the hating on people. I'm tired of all the eating and drinking. I'm tired of being pissed off and mad at everybody. Now I just don't want to do nothing and just sit here like a lump on a log. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let that bother you, man. You got to get back on your game and complete life. Life doesn't end until, God checks you out. And he ain't done with you yet. He still got work in you. And you have to know that. You got to be available to receive that blessing, man. You can do it. It's on you all day long, man. Once again, man. It's on you. You got it. I'm going to cheer you on all day. Always cheer you on, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to cheer you on and talk about it all day long. You know what I'm saying? We want to take more situations like that away. You know what I'm saying? If we want to get things like that away, because there might be some of that going on now, and that's not cool. So violence, warring, and killing ain't what it is, but there is a time and place for it is a time for peace and a time for war. But understand, when you warn, what you warn against. You gotta understand, you gotta war against demons and not warn against your brother and your sister. You know what I'm saying? You gotta war against the right thing. It's not warn against just to be out here warring. It's a war with purpose. So you gotta have that understood, and then what you warn and fighting for and against, instead of free balling. You can't do that. And nor can you be in control of another human's life. But it seems we've been under that for quite some time, because it seems that's how this United is worked. We got you by the coattail. We go make you work your 9 to 5. And you got the Prezi can come on, the leader of this country could come on and tell you, oh yeah, by the way, man, it's about to get tight in the stores, and there's gonna be some food shortages, and you get all your food now. Wait a minute. Go get your food now. Wait a minute. Why is there shortages? Wait a minute. We just came out of situations where it was already shortages and stuff all in the grocery stores 2 years ago, man. Like during the 2000, I'm talking about no toilet paper, tissue, all that stuff missing in the stores. And now you talk about it about to be a food shortage, but you can give billions of dollars to a war overseas. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the skin tone to look like y'all do something different, but when they got that melanated skin tone to it, you do them different too. And I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like, what I'm saying, those foolish, coonish ways that happen, that go on. And I ain't a political person at all. I'm a righteous human person, and I'm wondering how, if refugees from Haiti had a problem from coming over here, but refugees from, the Ukraine can come up, get post-up shots, get well kit, get set up with everything. The only difference I see is the melanation, if that's a word. So I'm trying to figure out When the game and the switch is played and the game is on in this country, man, at the end of the day, melanin and skin still get played. Now, man, I don't care how you slice that, and you can't tell me nothing different. And I'm gonna always represent that, dog. Got me all messed up in that sense, and you know that's a form of a sign of the things that get me a little bit angry and wrath is when I see and hear about white supremacy. And that is not a color. That is a mindset. That's about how you act and how you move and how you do. You can be black on black and be white supremacy. You could be white on white and be white supremacy. You can be white on black and be white supremacy. It's a mindset and not a color. Remember that. So it's about how you learning and how you bringing up people in your household. The children are the future. They've been telling you this all your life. We've heard it because we are in that future that we was the kids of. But now we have kids of our own, and they are the future growing up in this society, growing up in war times and growing up in times where it's stuff flying around in the air and you don't even know if you have to cover your face or not. But for the last 2 years, you've been having to cover your face. And now you don't know if that's going to carry on for 8 more years or not. But you with it is whatever was the game is going on. That's just what we have to deal with, right? Or not, you know. That's a no here or there. The point in all that is that you got to have patience in whatever this is right now and knowing that God's going to see you through when you tapped in. That's the point that I'm making. And the wrath of it is seeing this destruction and breakdown of human lives that are being lost out here from what's been man created. Like it wasn't created by anything else other than. So man can sit here and do whatever they want to do in labs, and then we could turn around and be the Resident Evil test subjects. But then when the Resident Evil stuff happen, it's just like throw the hands up in there and hide in your bunker. Like where everybody ain't got a bunker to go to or ride to, dog. But meanwhile, you got all these type of concentration camps set up for people and stuff like that people don't be talking about. But when you do a little bit of research, you can find a little something. When you do a little bit of research, you can find out people are still getting lynched and hung. Are you mean tell me people are still getting hung, James? Yes, people are still getting hung in the United States of America. Yes, with a rope, new style. Yup. Hung. Yup, they still do that. They still got racism out here. Yup, in 2022, they still got that. Yup, and think about all of the prisons that are out there. I know you're thinking like, oh yeah, prisons. Yeah, you got to put up the criminals and all of that. Yeah, I get it, man. When you do wrong, you got to be dealt with. But it's a lot of people in there who didn't do no wrong or did very little wrong that didn't really affect anything, right? What's the difference between, okay, we have a disagreement and I smack you or shoot you. Now, should I get life for smacking you? Or should I get, parole for shooting you? So that's the levels. These are things that we got going on here. That's what that is. These are the numbers in the rundown, right? But you don't want to be on that side. We don't be on the side of, bad and wrath and getting pissed off. You don't want to slide into none of these 7 deadly sins DMs, man. You don't want to be a part of that. But if you're honest with yourself, you can probably say you're a part of one of them. If you're honest with yourself, if you can really be honest with yourself, you probably a part of more than one of them than yourself, because you got pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, and wrath and slothfulness. Now, pride cuts out a lot of you from receiving your blessings because you feel like you the one. You feel like you got it all. You feel like you the one out here, but you really need to listen and take hold of the information being told to you, but you can't receive it because your pride is in the way. Now, since your pride done got the best of you, I'm gonna show you how your ego will affect you in a different manner when you feel like you got a bag that's attached to it. So now you got pride mixed with greed, and that's the paper and I can't see you telling me anything because I'm up here in the clouds. I'm in the clouds, and now I'm in the clouds. I got that stripper pole and all these O's running around, man. They doing what they doing. Oh, wait, because I'm lusting. I got it. Paying for this and that. Oh yeah. And then I'm hating on people too. I'm like, man, too much envy going on. Get off me. It's gluttony because I'm pouring up the bottles and I'm eating. I'm stuffing my mouth because I can't stop eating. Always at the bar drinking, always trying to pick up something to eat, and then I get pissed. Everything just pissed me off and I'm upset. See, that's the 6 deadly sins. See, I just rolled them all the way around, constantly talking, because that's how we move. That's how we are as human beings. We sit here and we do all these things and we act like we don't. We sit here and we have opinions on everybody and we act like we don't. We act like we don't have opinions on people. We act like we don't have nothing smart to say about this or that or anything. The reality of it is that, you know, we run our mouths. We run our mouths a lot. And we should be running our mouths with more truth and righteous and honesty than running our mouths with gossip and BS and things that would bring people down. Now, I'm trying to show you with these 7 Deadly Sins series, we wrapping it up next week with slothfulness of how to do these things, man. I'm just trying to show you, just looking. I don't have all the answers, but I got a little something to show you how I've moved and how I've done things differently and how they got me through. And I'm telling you, I don't have problems or issues. You see what I'm saying? I have issues with dealing with feeling other people's emotions because that's what I feel. So I don't really call it a problem or an issue, as I just said, but that's what I feel. Like, I feel other people's like, I feel when people had that anger and they mad and they pain. Like, I feel that. I can see the pain in it, is what I'm saying, because a person that's just really, evil and destructive, they just go do evil and destructive things. They're not going to sit here and have a conversation and talk it out and be, man, they just going to do whatever they going to do, man. They just going to fire off on you and knock you out, knock you down. They go do whatever, they feel like they can do, because, who can stop them from doing so? You definitely can't. So, I mean, if you can't do that, they ain't going to go do whatever they want to do and whatever they choose to do, because you can't stop them from that. That's the problem out here when we be dealing with things, is that as human beings, man, we feel that we can do anything, and we can't do anything. We can do anything we want to do because God places here to be that guy, that woman, that human, that person, to be able to get, other people motivated and to lead. That's what we do, right? But you do that all in the wrong way, and then it don't come off the same. It come off disingenuous. It come off fake, phony. It come off with all these different type of things where people can feel like they can tell you how to live your life. They can tell you, different opinions on what you should and shouldn't be doing when they don't know. Who knows? Right? Who knows? You know about what pissed you off. You know that, yeah, you got angry, but, calm it down and bring it back and have some, sense to it, because your anger can, cause death upon someone, or it could cause you to lose more finances than what you anticipated, or wanted to. And we don't want to do that. We want to add finances, because adding finances is a way to, help others if you're doing so in the proper way. But you can also add finances and not help nobody, and it just help you. See, a lot of, celebrities and people do that, but you can't tell people what to do with their money, right? But if you got rich from somebody else supporting you and going out and getting your stuff, you kind of owe that person something, in a sense, right? In some form I feel like in some form you kind of owe that person something, right? You gotta owe that person a little something. If they sit up there and they holding you down, and they, assisting you in whatever area you need assistance in, and they help you, and you crap on them, what good are you? that's a bad person. And then now these persons don't want to help you anymore because you deemed as ungrateful. And you don't want to be ungrateful. You want to be grateful that someone is being able to take their time to be able to help you, because they really don't. A human don't owe you anything. No one have to do anything for you at all, at no time, no day, at all. They don't. Right? So the simple fact that someone does, you should definitely appreciate that. And thank God that they came along and said, man, you know what? I'm going to tie you up. I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to help you out because, you know what? I really didn't have to. You know, and that's what all I'm getting to, and that's all I'm getting at, is that, you know, it's a blessing to be able to have somebody there that say, you know what, I'm gonna help you out, and I want to assist you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? My sister, my whoever. I want, you know, be a blessing to you. So those are some of the things we could do. Once again, I'm your host, James, at I Just Think Different Podcast. I appreciate you for you know, stepping in, checking out. Get the likes up if you can, man. Appreciate everybody for looking at the podcast and the views, and like and share and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to the I Just Think Different Podcast YouTube page, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate that. And once again, next week we're going to be shutting this thing down, wrapping up the 7 deadly sins with slothfulness. Sloth is the last one. We at 6 right now, and next week is sloth. So next Monday at 8:30, check it out. We're going to be talking about sloth. We're going to close this thing out. But tomorrow at 8:30, that's tomorrow, March 29th. Tomorrow, March 29th, I will be having another podcast. We will be going live talking about the real estate. So if you're looking to gain you a house or find you a house, or, you know, do anything pertaining to a house, I got you. You got some people in the building tomorrow that's go get you together, and they go find you, you know, some good information to help you find you the home that could be for you and your family. So that's always nice. Once again, I'm still looking for those teens out there. So man, look, if you got some teenagers or know some teens that you feel got a voice or need a voice, you can tell them, holla at me, man. James over I Just Think Different podcast. Tell me at I Just Think Different at gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to hit that. As always, man, I'm always available. You can find me. We go get back to the shows that made you think about certain situations, you know, like raising a kid while your father is incarcerated, you know, domestic violence, you know, mind control, you know. We go do different shows and bring them in. I'm still trying to get people in from across the globe, man. All cultures involved. We gonna get everybody in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all a lot. I always wanted to do a podcast and talk, man. I feel like that was my thing. That was my do. And sitting on here talking about myself is cool, man. I don't have no problem with that, man. Y'all can come by and check your boy out. This is a beat I made. It is a beat I made. I like to make music sometimes, you know, but I also like to give you that good news. Good news that may be able to help you out in your life. You know, I'm not saying I'm a saint over here. I'm just trying to be the light that leads you to the place that's going to get you right. Try and be the light that leads you to Christ, you know, light that leads you to a better lifestyle. You know, I'm not saying I'm the best example of that, but I try to do things in a righteous manner, you know. And if you got a problem with your partner, holla at him. Don't let that wrath and anger get out, man. You got to have that patience. You got to have that patience because it's very important. You got to have patience when you're dealing with a relationship, because everybody don't know how everybody operates. Everybody don't operate the same. So in order to know how people operate, you got to have that time and that patience to build that relationship and bond with that person. If you're not willing to build that bond and relationship with that person, then you're never going to have that solid foundation that you're supposed to grow on. If you don't have a solid foundation that you use to grow on, then how can you have development for this establishment that we have? This establishment is our business. Our business is us. Us is what's going to finance us and get us paid. If we messing up the business and we didn't even set the foundation, how are we ever expected to have a successful business if we got the foundation wrong? So we have to sit here and think about doing things in a proper manner, man. We got to do them legitimately. You know what I mean? And, that's what I appreciate. And that's what I like. So right now, if anybody else is, wandering on right there, if you're out there in a chat realm or anything like that, you can always, like I said, drop a line in the chat, and if I don't see it, I definitely leave a comment and get back with you on it, because you always welcome over here at the I Just Think Different podcast. We're going to have it all the time, man. So, next week, like I said, we're going to be wrapping the 7 Deadly Sins series up next week. We've been going for a while, 7 weeks. 7 weeks is almost coming to an end. We on 6 weeks now. Can't believe it's done went by that fast, man. 7 weeks went by almost that fast. Time just be blowing. And now we sitting here, man, with the simple fact that, we sitting here with the simple fact that spring is upon us. Let me tell you something. Friends fall, but they never leave, right? So friends shouldn't leave. But if a friend leave, then what is it? It's something about you. See. Why is your friend leaving? You did something wrong to your friend. It was your anger. And it was your ego, and it was your pride. It was one of those 7 deadly sins that probably got him up out of there. In other words, you got to keep your people tight. You got to keep your circle tight. You got to keep the stuff that you have coming out of your mouth tight. You can't just be out here saying what you want to say and think it ain't going to be no consequence behind it. You can't do what you want to do and think ain't gonna be no consequence behind it. There are definitely consequences for your actions, and you definitely have to acknowledge those, right? Why do you have to acknowledge those? Because they only help you, and you cause your own problems. Yeah, the world happens, and the world does things that you can't control, but when the world does something to you, only you can react to it. Like, let's say, hey, somebody pops up on you, get a random message. What is this? I don't know. Looks like you've been doing something you should have been doing, but you haven't. But hey, here's this random message. See, now it causes problems and issues, but where's the random message come from? People still would know, why is the random message? I don't know. People just message people. People just do stuff all the time. You can't explain that, right? But if you somebody playing around doing games, now it look like you was doing something, and now you trying to backtrack your way. So here's the thing. Don't be involved in no stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? If you sit here and you got to lie and you got to backpedal out of something, or you got to make some excuse for something, it's probably not something you should be doing. Right? And usually, in life, we cause ourselves to have a lot of problems that we create on our own because we sit here and we allow our anger to rule over us. Now, if you can think more consciously and say, you know what, yeah, I'm pissed. Oh my gosh, I'm pissed. I ain't say you ain't got the right to be pissed. You got the right to be pissed. Be pissed. Yeah, be pissed. But you don't have to display that anger to the masses in the public, because we always want to say, nah, keep this behind closed doors. But let me explain something to you. But when you display that wrath into the open, into the public, now the public get to see, you know what, hold on, I might think twice about messing with this dude. You see what I'm saying? Might think twice about messing with the guy now, all right? Or you might get tempted to mess with the guy. You say, oh man, that's just the type of smoke I was looking for. I was ready for somebody to do something like that. See, now it's a game being played. So again, it's just not necessary. It's a game. And you never want to sit here and play a game as a human being, but a lot of humans play games. And they sit up here and tell you they ain't playing no games, but they lying. And you should call them out right there and there. And the fact, the minute and somebody does something to you that you don't agree with, you should call them out immediately right there. Will Smith should have called out, Chris Rock right there on the stage and say, apologize, but no physical contact, just, hey, apologize to my wife, bro. All right, cool. Good one. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? We all good. But in real life, this is real life. When somebody do something to your significant other, there ain't no question and no ifs, ands, or buts, man. You don't want to hear none of that stuff, man. You bringing them the smoke. You giving them everything that they ain't asked for, and you ain't leaving nothing for anybody else to pick up. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's the vibe that you want to give them. Especially if they do something to your kids or grandma. Do you really think you got time or patience to be listening to what some clown is talking about? You're not listening to none of that. But then when it's all said and done and it's all over with, we sit here and ask ourselves like, damn, why did I act like that? Why was that a situation that I had to act in and I over-rationalized, overthought the situation? I shouldn't have been in that. I let my anger and rap get the best of me. You got to have that patience. You know what I'm saying? Got to have that patience. Patience is really key, man. Patience is key. Because you don't want to end up like, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't want to end up a headline. You don't want to end up a victim. You don't want to end up in jail. You want to end up dead. You don't want to end up a non-person that can't influence the people that they need to influence, because you are an influencer. You influence a lot of people. You don't realize that you influence the ones around you. So influence them in a positive manner to let them know that they can do anything in this world, that they can't be stopped. Let them know that they have the juice in something. Let them know that, look, hey, if you want to do it and we can't get it done, we go find out how to get it done. Let them know that that is the real, instead of, these, unachievable dreams that people try to put on you. Sorry about that. Been talking for like 2 hours, so I had to get me a little bit of water, a little H2O, man. Excuse me for talking so much. But like I said, I got to dig into the patience and keep digging into the patience. And you have to know for a fact, this is the 23rd podcast that we got. Beware of wrath. You know what I'm saying? Beware of the wrath of. Beware of the wrath of. Wrath of what? The wrath of God. Definitely 100% beware of the wrath of God, because I'll tell you what, beware of the wrath in yourself, because yourself will destroy yourself. Where will you destroy yourself? You'll destroy yourself with your actions. How does your actions destroy yourself? Your actions destroy yourself by acting in a manner that was not acceptable, or you brought harm to someone or others around you. Oh, okay. So now when we bring harm to others around us, we not wrong, right? Oh yeah, you definitely wrong for bringing harm to people around you and others. Yes, you are wrong for that. Okay, so when you bring harm to yourself, are you wrong? Yeah, you wrong, but you wrong to you. That's called a learning experience you should learn from. That's what should happen from that. You shouldn't be in a situation where you keep doing the same learning experience over, because that should be called an addiction. You ain't learning. You're just not learning at all. You're doing the same thing, and you know you're doing the same thing, but you caught up in that pride. Like I said, it's 7 days saying you caught up in that pride. You don't want to let it go. In order to fly like an eagle, you got to let that pride go. And then you got to understand that, you can't be envious on people either. I know it hurt to look at people may be doing better than you. What you should not do is sit here and compare yourself to another human being. At best, what you should do is say, you know what, I am a human being. That's the only comparison that you can do. Otherwise, other human beings are going to do what they going to do, because that's how people set up. They set up to do me. I'm set up to do me. But when you set up to do, other people, when you set up to do people in the way and the vibe to where, everybody can benefit. See, it all brings in like a team. Like when you're on a team, it feels good to be on a team. It always feels good to be on a team because a team people really like. People like teamwork because it takes us. It's we us. We the strength in the numbers. If without us, we ain't got nothing. What we got if we ain't doing it? But damn, if we together, at least let's work together in a manner that's go give us the best success, man. Let's go give us the best things that we could produce for other people to get on so we could keep that chain moving. We don't want to, like, yo, do you understand? You got to get around like-minded people. And you can't find like-minded people, then you know what? Still do something good for somebody else. We definitely are all we got, man. We are definitely all we got. We all we got because, you know, who else is it out there that, you know, I ain't seen no UFO come out the sky. You know, I ain't saying they don't exist. Hey, but I ain't seen no Martian man come down here and say, hey, James, hey, you want to fly back with me, buddy? You know, suck me up, and I'm flying around the galaxies and like I'm some, you know, superhero or something out of Guardian of that Galaxy. No, I'm a human being, man, from Michigan, man. Like that's what I am. I'm born in the United States. I'm over here, man. So that's what we do. But we have so much anger and hate in us, man. It's so crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand why is it so hard for us to, as human beings, like go to a person when you got a problem and just let them know what's up, and then upon that problem, why does it seem like it can't be an agreement? Like if we disagree with each other, okay, then we just disagree and we move on. But it should be no point to no. Every time I see you, I want to smoke. Every time I see you, I gotta cuss you out. I gotta say something negative to you. How about if you don't like me, man? You don't agree with me. When you see me, I'm a ghost, dog. I don't exist to you. You don't even see me at all. You see me, but you don't see me. I don't exist at all. You see what I'm saying? But nah, we got to physically eliminate the person off the earth. It's almost like the death penalty. Like, you know, they got the death penalty, but they can play God and say, you know what, since you did a crime, you have no way to, you know, redo or rebuild your life. We're going to take you out. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you know, people want to play God again. But we can play ourselves by falling into wrath. And we can play ourselves by not being patient. We play ourselves by not setting a positive example for the people that's watching us, who watching everybody. So, I mean, at all times, you should be doing your best. You should be doing your best sometimes 75%, 25%, 50%. You should be doing your best 100% of the time. Right? You can't do your best 100% of the time, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you out and about? See, you shouldn't be out here in the world if you ain't doing. But see, the simple fact that you feel like the world should be operating under your frequency, I think you got the game messed up, man. The game operates, you know, power, money, and greed, you know. So power and money. Money is power. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. I thought everybody got respect because I don't know nobody that want to be disrespected. So on that note, you should always just respect people automatically, right? Because it just comes with the territory. Hey, I don't know, you just walk around disrespecting people. So yeah, so respect is already given. But they say money, power, respect. Respect is the last name, but respect is given first, right? Respect is already given. They say the power. What power is there? The only power that there is the strength in the numbers. So when you got the strength in the numbers, I say money power. So money power. So yeah, the money is the power because it's the strength in your dollar value that gives you the power. So the amount of money that you got determines the power that you have. That's a facade. That's false. That's not true. That's what society will tell you. You know, when you rich in God, then you got wealth. See, y'all talking about finances and money and get in the bag. When you got God, you would never run dry of a bag. Your bag will always be a permanent one and it will never come and go. Your bag will just be flourishing and you like, wow, you know, I'm thankful and grateful. Yeah, because you doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'll tell you another thing. When you do what you're supposed to be doing and then you come back to life You know what I'm saying? You come back to that place where you're supposed to be. You ain't zoning and you ain't jumping out the square. Let me tell you something. When you in the zone and you sitting here, being a blessing to others and you being a servant and you making yourself available for other human beings, that's a very, very, very important key element in life, to make oneself available for other human beings. That means, hey, go to your nearest neighbor, knock on the door. Hey, what can I do for you? Go to the lady walking across the street, man walking across the street, any human you see. Yo, what can I help you with? How can I be of some service? You know what I'm saying? Just do that a little bit and build that game up, build that up. That's showing you that, you know what, it ain't about me. It's really about the people around me. And when you realize the people around you really make the community and make the neighborhood and make the city and make the state and make the country to make the world, then you understand that like it takes all of us to play our part and our role to be consciously available for the next person, which means we have to do what is right and not what we think is right. What we think is right is based on the morals, values that probably your parents or somebody that gave you or try to upraise you and was right, is really doing the positive, righteous thing to a person, which is not putting them in a negative light, which is not making them feel a certain way, and which also beneficial for both parties involved. That is what the righteous and what is good and what patience will do for you when you allow yourself to be under, the guidance of wisdom. You gotta have that. Like I said, things piss us off. We get pissed off all the time, and then sometimes you be like, I'm like, dang, like, sheesh, you don't want that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, oh man, what's that, Hey, come on, hey, can you come out there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, whoa. That happens in life, that's not cool. We don't want that. We want to eliminate that. That's not cool. So, you got to maintain the patience and get rid of the foolish wrath, because, God's wrath is the only wrath that's out there that you should be available, and you should understand his wrath, because he coming down hard. He ain't playing around. And I tell you what, go try him. You can Google search YouTube now. People trying God and playing with God and mocking God. Go look up some videos of people mocking God and see what happened to him live after they mocked him. All right. So, I'm telling you, it was legit. You don't have to be a religious person to get what I'm giving to you. All you gotta be is a God-fearing one. All right, and you go get that knowledge that I'm trying to get to you, man. Go find out. Go talk to him. See what's going on, and he go give you some, some what you looking for. On that note, tomorrow on the I Just Think Different podcast, we're going to have a real estate podcast. That's what I'm going to have. We're going to be talking about homes and how to obtain some real estate. And then next Monday, we're going to close this series out when we talk about slothfulness. So once again, I'm your host, James, with the I Just Think Different podcast. And I appreciate all of you guys for listening, taking the time to view. And right now, I'm going to shut this thing down. I'm going to close out here with a prayer like I normally do. And then I'm going to check y'all tomorrow, because that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to try to give y'all, 52 shows. Like I said, I'm going to do. I told you, just do it. This is the year just doing it. Just do it, man. And I skipped out on y'all on 2 shows. I bailed on y'all. Didn't have 2 shows. And I feel bad on that. I can't do that because I felt that was contradictory on myself for telling you to do something and I do it. So now we don't want to have that kind of foolish behavior over here, and I don't want to roll like that. I want to be able to give you something every week or multiple days. As the days go by that God bless me with, man, I'm definitely going to add more and more to this show that you can see, and you're also going to see the good things from I Just Think Different later on in the future in life. I'm telling you now, man, I Just Think Different is definitely going to be that movement of just thinking different, man, because we all think different when you really think about it, and nobody really wants to do violent things. We don't really want it, but we'll do it when it's caused or somebody calls us to. The thing is, don't cause us to, right? So, you cause us by your actions and your speak. You can't talk without speaking. You gotta move your lips. That's action. No. You gonna see me, and you can still see my lips. My lips move. At some point, you gotta move your lips. You can't just sit here and close your mouth. That's the action. You took action. That's action. So think about the actions you make. The actions you make dictates your life. You gotta play it safe, man. You run around here wild, child, and that's just not the way to go, man. We can't be out here wild childing like that. So, man, like I said, go ahead and close this thing out. Nigga, I thank you for everything that you're doing in my life, everything that you're doing in their life, everything that you're doing in my wife's life, everything that you're doing in all the listeners' lives that hear my voice, that see me on YouTube or see me on any screen. I ask that you allow your will to be done over their lives and my life, God. I ask that you would just strengthen me and strengthen the listeners that hear my voice. I ask that you would just bless the listeners that hear my voice. I ask that you will come into their lives and enter them. If they call upon your name, Lord, if they call upon you and ask you in your name, I ask that you would just reveal yourself to them and show them. And in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. So that's that, man. We gone close this thing out next week. And until then, I'm your host, James. And I Just Think Different Podcast. Once again, like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming through and checking me out, man. Hey, next week, tune in, same time, 8:30 to close this thing out. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 25 by that time, because tomorrow's gonna be 23. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna shut this thing down. I Just Think Different Podcast is here, man. And I appreciate y'all for watching and listening. We out. Peace.